I got it. All right. Look at that. Yes, y'all, it's cleared out. A lot is cleared out here. I'm in the process. I made it. Happy Motivational Monday to you all there on YouTube as well. And to those who's around, I realize that some may catch on a little later. So I may go on a little later and you all will get a chance to ask any questions. Please don't be afraid. I told you all that I wouldn't give up. And so I'm here, this Dr. Chef. This segment, even though I started a bit behind, and it's okay because I'm getting used to it still, you all. I did upload and do on my own this time. So, so you guys go back and watch this. Those who are tuning in now and those who may tune in later, you all will get a chance to be able to see this transition of me moving forward in spite of. It's the reason why it's called Motivational Monday, because you still have to be motivated no matter how the week went the week before this Monday. I have been always taught that we have to make sure that we stay focused on what we do day by day, because there always be something that's set before you that will have to that you would have to be able to try to overcome. Or even if the day before didn't go the way you wanted to, you have to have a mindset that this too shall pass, and just be thankful that you were able to rise the next day to be able to get the task done that is set before you on this day. And so, and then the scripture just always comes to mind, how we're not supposed to take so much thought into tomorrow anyway. But nevertheless, we as humans, we tend to plan. And then I heard someone say a while back that, okay, it's a little joke. It's just a little joke. I heard God said, if you want to hear God laugh, then tell him what your plans are. And that doesn't mean that we can never have a schedule, but that means that we're supposed to be. I took it to understand that to mean that in all that we do, that we should acknowledge God in all our ways and let him direct our path. And now, yes, we have those that say, okay, we're going to let the universe do that. We're going to, at the end of the day, he created all of it. And so that's what I strongly believe in. And so that's the reason why, even if I'm a bit behind, I'd still do my best not to give up, because that is part of being motivated too. Think about it. Even in the military, when people are going through basic training, you have someone over them trying to push them to keep going, no matter how many times they fall, no matter how many injuries they get. They can hurt their leg and they'll still be pushing them to go. And so that's what Motivational Monday is about. And it's concerning your health and wellness. So I'm going to give a few people a chance to possibly come on, because I know I've been offset. And this system, I realize that it's a system where you have to be consistent. I have learned that from Ma. You have to be consistent. Hey there. Hey, Joe Mama. I made it in, bro. So like and share. I made it in. I was a little late because we had an active storm here. Hey there. We got another one that joined in. I can't see your name. Is it John 602? Yep, I made it, you all. We had a storm watch here, and so our internet got shut down last night. And so I didn't think that I was going to be able to come on, but I was motivated. And so that's why I'm on now. And so I just want to say greetings and happy Motivational Monday. For those who all that's going to tune in now and later, make sure that you like and share for those who need that motivation to go forward in the spirit and naturally. And so I'm going to touch on different bases, because I didn't think I'll be able to get on because it was shut down last night. And we just had clouds. So we didn't even have a storm. And so I'm calling the internet company saying it was one. They said, "Oh, sorry, you got to shut down." I'm like, "Oh, great." And so nevertheless, I had to still be motivated this morning, even though I did not want to open up this laptop or the Instagram thing and be like, Your internet's still there. And so I made it through, y'all, because I was motivated to do so. And so I love you all. I pray that you all's weekends was great. Please feel free. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Sister Queen. Look, feel free to ask whatever questions you can. I'm going to try to make sure that I zoom in more to you all, because I'm starting on this new leaf. I made it through the month of May. You made it through the month of May. Oh, wasn't it awesome, you all? I know it was for me. It was awesome. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm springing forth. And now we're into the summertime, y'all. Summertime. Congress. Some of y'all that's not going to go too spiritual on me. Remember, there used to be a song, summertime. It's here, y'all. And so this is a time that, yes, it gets tricky to want to be healthy, but it's not supposed to be. I promise you, you'll know that you're on the right path when your body starts to ask for more of the fluids that the sun is actually, unfortunately, when you're going through your transition. And like I stated before, if you are experiencing where you're feeling drained in the summertime, then it's only because you are deficient, and that it's only because you're not taking in enough fluids in the body. It's like, now I didn't get my drink because I was concerned about it, whether or not I'll be able, if the internet service would be up due to the so-called storm watch. And every day is more awesome than the day before. I love our whole masterpiece family and body of Christ Most High. Oh, thank you, Sister Cherry. Always got something beautiful and such a blessing to share, you all. And I hope that you all did make it through the weekend okay. If not, then don't worry about it. This is what we do in Motivational Monday for. And then after me, you all still have Minister of Wellness and different ones that's going to come right behind you. And they just going to, they're going to finish you off. And so you all, look, just say thank God that you all have what you all need to be able to go forth no matter what. And so these are things that we have been chosen to do. And I know there have been so many that I've stated to you all, be careful of. And yes, I still mean that, because this is a test. And the Motivational Mondays is not just for you all. The Wellness Wednesdays are not just for you all. And any other segments that we could come up with, it's not just for you all. It is for us to apply to ourselves as well, because we are a creature of habit. We've been addicted to things before, you all, that actually put us in a position to where we had to learn what we're sharing with you all today. And so this is the reason why we have to take our time out to really just give back. Because people say, well, okay, Dr. Shell, well, what caused you? I still have people asking me, well, what caused you to go into this line of ministry and work? What caused you to get to a place? And I told y'all, it was mostly coming up as a little girl, seeing my family sick. Had an auntie that was just about 3 to 4 years older than me. Oh, hey there, Kelly. Hey, how are you? I had a family that my auntie Michelle, she was just a few years older than me. Well, actually about 4 years older than me. And at 9, she had she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And of course, I couldn't say that at 4 years old and learning at 5. Hey, Lauren, I have not forgotten about you and your mom. Please call in, or either I'll call you in. I'm still doing consultations from Mother's Day, believe it or not, you all, because I did have to take a break from my moving process. And so that's what had me hemmed up. I am okay. So I do have to stop and say that for anyone that's still waiting for consultations, please do so and call in today. I'm back on track for this Monday for your consultations, and for those that have encountered delays, then you will be given extra time or and a free consultation on top of that. How about that, Sister Lauren? So I pray that works for you, Sister Diane Bell, different ones that had called in and couldn't get through when my services was acting up. and when I had all the extra work that was upon me. That is what has been taking place. And so I haven't had to do everything by myself. I have had a little bit of help, but nevertheless, I'm making it through the process. And I do want to stop and say, I thank you all for your positive prayers from your family, because it was so, so, so needed. It is a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of fight from hey, as we say, the adversary doing what he is supposed to do. And that's the more of the reason why we have to be motivated to do what God has called us to do. And so that's the reason why I don't give up. I do believe in putting the devil, as they say, putting Satan to shame anytime he tries to rise up and think that he's going to overtake and cause mental illness in my life or in my family life. I will not accept it. I just spoke to one of my daughters just last night, and she was going through her young girl thing, the young people thing, where she's trying to, figure out like what job does she want, what's this, what's that she want to do. And I was talking to her, and I was saying, and she's like, well, Mom, what are you going to do with such and such and this and such and that? Hey there, how you doing there? Okay, I say, oh dear, Mom is going to do what God has called and chosen me to do. I got work to do. And I was telling her then, I said, even though the internet may be still down, I said, I'm going to get up and do Motivational Monday because I got work to do. I said, this is what she said. Wow, Mom. She said, wow, I don't understand. She said, so wow, you got a strong mind. And so this is what my baby girl said. She said, you got a strong mind, Mom. I wish I had that. I said, you do got it. I said, you do got it. I said, the same spirit and DNA that is in me has been transferred over to you. The mere fact that we having this conversation and you were open enough with your mother to say what you're struggling with. I said, that means that you have it too. And before you know it, she started to tell me how she's doing her exercises and she's doing this and she's doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I said, see there? I said, that's the strength that I'm talking about right there. You're just not focusing on it yet. And I said, just breathe. Take a moosah. I said, you're going to get through it. I said, this too shall pass, young lady. That's how I talk to my daughters. And she's like, okay. Well, Mama, before I know it, that led to, well, Ma, could you please cash out me this? And I said, for what, dear? And I said, for what? I said, don't you have your stuff saved up? She said, well, this time it's for some motivational books. I said, wow. I said, okay. I said, so what 3 books are you looking for? She said, well, this summer I felt that I'll take out the time and I want to do some self-learning, teaching myself some things that I didn't learn in school. And I said, whoa, go on, girl. I said, this is what I'm talking about. I said, yes, because, we always tell our children and others. And of course, you all got to know how exciting it is for me because I've been mentoring since I was 14 years old. And so you naturally think and want, when you have your own children, you want them to be motivated and inspired by you as a parent. However, it usually come off as, oh man, here come Ma again. Yeah, Ma. Okay, Ma. Okay, I hear you, Ma. Okay, yeah. So I'm a mother in that area. Yep, I done got it too, y'all. Nope. It don't matter how energetic. It don't matter how happy I am. No, my children taught me easily that no, you got to work on this, Ma, because you're talking to me. And okay, Ma, we heard you say it yesterday. Okay, but things are not that easy all the time. And I'm like, yes, I'm like, yes, you're right. But if you just do this, that, and the other, I promise you'll get this result. And this is how life has had to happen to keep me motivated, even through my own children, not to give up. Because as we know, sometimes family can be the worstest critics. And now you all know that I've given credit to my family many times before in different areas. And I'm talking about specifically the children sometimes, because that's a different position in life that you have. They have a different expectation sometimes for you because they don't know your whole story. We give them just like how we come before social media, you all get the best of us usually. Usually, I can't speak for everybody, but you get the best of us because of the fact of us having to have a system, or we have to have a program to give to you. Well, the same, because someone said that to me and said, well, when we get on what's called Everything's Fair, I said, yes, because it's not a reality show. So of course you won't know everything that's going on in my personal life. Of course you won't know all of my struggles unless I choose to use it as a segment to motivate you to not to give up on your tests. And so you won't ever see on stream somebody's whole life unless they're doing a reality show. And even then, before the reality show, it's only set for so many hours when there's 24 hours in the day. And so I try to explain this even to my own daughter, that no, what you have to do is you have to understand that in life it's what you make it. And the more you learn and the more you listen to those who have been there, as we said, been there, done that, the more you learn from those who are more wiser than you and more smarter than you, and they have the spirit of God in them. I'll give an example like Mother Cherry here, that's been inspiring through the whole process of the tests that me and my family have been going through. Then the more you grow, the more you learn. Now, I may have the health information that she needs, and I may have some answers to a few other things that she may need, but ultimately she has the answers to life. She has the answers to marriage. She has the answers to finances, to things that I have yet to experience that I needed to learn from her. Did I say that in the good, proper way, Sister Cherry? Yes. And so and we have to be open. You have to be open to receive that knowledge, though. You have to be open to be willing to use that knowledge, because knowledge unused is no power. And yeah, I'm careful with that term power, because I understand that we live in a time where people are abusing power. And before I go forth anymore, I realize that I have those of y'all that has found me and that you see that I'm tuned in. And I think I have a few enough of them. And I want to just stop and take a time and do this the right way and say a quick prayer. Father, we thank you so much for blessing us to be able to come before you on this Motivational Monday. Again, we thank you for rising us up, giving us breath in our bodies, helping us to be close in our righteous mind and our natural minds, to be able to have the desire to want to be motivated to keep ourselves healthy and well. We thank you for those who have had struggles up until this point that may have fallen off and they need to get back on track. We ask that you touch my tongue, you touch my mind and spirit, and allow me to be used as your vessel to be able to be a help, a motivation on this Monday to help them along the way. We thank you, and we ask that you cover and protect all of us as we go in and out throughout our day, and their from family, friends, and loved ones. We ask that you do the same for them too. In the name of Jesus and Yahshua HaMashiach, we pray. Amen. Woo. Okay, so Father, so I'm saying all this to say that we can't give up, you all. Now, so like today, I wanted to get up. And I noticed that my skin, yes, it happened. Yes, it happened, you all. It did seem even to me like I had aged backwards. Like literally, I was getting concerned. I was having a little line that was coming through there. And I think it was because of the lack of rest as well. I don't like this fit, y'all. So y'all gonna see me tugging a little bit. I had to hurry up because when I realized the internet was actually back on, I hurried up and I just do some things together, y'all. Yeah, I had to do it because that's what motivation is about. You don't get so overly caught up in what you're tired of. You get caught up in doing the work. So forgive me for constantly pulling and tugging. And so nevertheless, I wind up thinking about what we have to do in order to stay motivated. And then I Oh, my skin. Let's go back to my skin. I had so many people, and I could tell when somebody's just saying that you're cute for the day. I could tell the difference. And but I had people that knew me coming to my face like, "How your skin seem you like you got younger. Like, how did you do that?" And I'm thinking to myself, and so I had to go in the mirror myself. I was like, "Hey, what are they talking about? I didn't do anything different." I was like, "What are they talking about?" Yeah, y'all, I like doing this. I don't wear makeup because it's too packed with all different other type of chemicals and even the natural base. I understand. Some of you can take pictures and they tell you to conceal the air, put concealer on and do all this stuff. My daughter's good with it. She even had one of my daughters is good at it. She even had a little YouTube special going on. And I was telling her, well, and she said, "Well, Mom, can I use you?" I said, you know I don't wear makeup, girl. And she said, "Yeah, Mom, but they got the natural line now." I said, I know a sister that got her own line of makeup on, and that's fine. If one day I have to take it because my face is too glossy. Nevertheless, I was explaining to her that I had to do the research behind the makeup and how many chemicals and things is inside of it. And yes, I attempted a couple of times to try to put something on for a special event, just a couple of times, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. And I just realized that it was through my regimen that I had was taking and using this week. And this was beforehand. It was the alcohol. Yeah, you guys, this is simple. I shared that with you all beforehand. I just took the regular white alcohol, rubbing alcohol, not the green, and I just took I used the little 100% cotton patch from Whole Foods, or if you just come across it, and I started I just cleansed my face, and we all know, what alcohol does. It disinfects the face. And what I think about is, as you all notice, because I wrap my hair a lot of times, or I'll keep my hair off my face. That's why I do it. I think that is key. I too used to like to have the little curly bangs in the every now and then you will see me do a little something. But if you notice, I keep it off my face on purpose, and I show all of my what they call little Rihanna forehead. Yeah, I do. I show all my little pinky and the brain forehead. Yes, I do. And so I was like, because there's a lot of germs that carry inside our hair. That is our DNA. And this is the reason why I wrap my hair mostly. It's not just about per se religious reasons. Because I've had a lot of people ask me, "Why are you Muslim? Why are you this? Why are you that?" Well, I've been getting that for years. Why are you Pan-African? I'm like, why come I just can't be me? And I started to do more and more research about it because it just came natural for me. It just felt comfortable, and I just liked it, designing it. And I watched my great grandmother Medea all my life. I always mostly seen her wrap her hair, and so I think it came natural for me through seeing her. And then it skipped generations because my grandmother before her didn't wear them, my mother didn't wear them, and then lo and behold, voila, firstborn granddaughter did. And so this is a time now where I realize that I have to share this because it's the summertime. Everybody has an event, something that we all want to do in order to be able to look more beautified. And this is the time to take advantage of it because the vitamin D is out now. And now where you wasn't at first getting sunshine, you can get it through the window now. You can get that vitamin D intake. But what you want to make sure that you're doing is eating your fruits. Now I'm going to tell you that this tis is the season to eat your fruits. Eat more of your fruits. Yes. And your greens. Not too much. Because as you know, broccoli and certain greens can build up too much calcium within the bloodstream. And it can cause a buildup, especially for you, those of y'all that are having any complications with your heart health. So be very, very intentionally careful with that. You only want to do about 4 ounces, and you don't want to have to do that every day. You want to stick more with your reds, with your fruits and your melons. Like me, what I've been eating the most of, and my body has enjoyed it. It has stopped me from craving any. And I did say the term craving. I told you all my problem was that I was addicted to sugar. And from the beginning, the same thing. Sugar, sugar, sugar. I was addicted to sugar. The high just was everything for me. I had went through 6 years in my early 20s, well, 10 years in my early 20s with no sleep. My daughter had sleep disorder. My oldest, Najee, yes, they had transitioned on. She had a severe sleeping disorder at the time where she wouldn't go to sleep until 5 a.m. And then my spouse at the time he had sleep apnea and it was undiagnosed. And yeah, I think I could see it and share it. Honestly, for real. I mean, the snore was so loud. I mean, I couldn't sleep anyway. And then sometimes it would stop him in his breathing. And so while I'm looking out for her to wobble through, especially when she started walking at 3, 4 years old, started walking and roaming, and I'm trying to see who is that out there in the hallway. I got the mommy ears tuned in. Then at the same time, he's sleeping and I'm hearing his chest just stop for 5 minutes. So I'm hitting his chest and I'm listening for her. And I did that, you all, for 10 years straight. From the age of 20, going on 24, all the way up to 36. So I might have my math off a little bit, maybe, right, because it still persists on and off. And so meaning I didn't get any rest. And so when people ask, well, how did you do it? I say it was by the grace of God and sugar. Sugar. I had to have a little candy bar or something to keep my adrenaline going. At least that's what I thought. And so what would happen is that every year in October, my system would shut down. I would start to experience having aches and pain all over my body until I asked God, please, Lord, if it's going to be like this and if this is going to get worse, because I got children to take care of, I got work to do, then please just take me out of here. And then I had to change my mind from that prayer because I'm like, then who's going to take care of the children? And I was like, oh, Lord, I can't keep going through this. What is this? And then I had horrible cramps. I mean, so much so to where I'm throwing up for an hour straight. Everything, even if I hadn't eaten anything. That's how severe it was. So I didn't even know that I was anemic until I had my son, Kenneth. He's now going on 24 this year. And I'm like, oh my God. And I can't wait to prayerfully, y'all a good chance to see him. I'm chiming in one day. He's just a ball of joy and something else. He knows how to ask questions, but he'll have y'all rolling. And yes, he is very handsome as he want to be. And he's gone through a lot too. And he's my child that he'll take and he'll make his own regimen. For I know, and I'm asking him, have he eaten his greens and how he ate his fruits? And he like, I go down and I would check his room sometime and he got his whole system set up on his own. And sometimes you have to allow your loved ones to do that. So sometimes this is just for you. This is just for you. If you are the one in your family that is ailing, it is for you. And then for those who can't convince other loved ones to get on the health beat with you, then I've learned this the hard way, that you have to, and I mean over and over and over again. I too was criticized. I too, well, you're going too far. You taking it too much. Well, maybe you're being too extreme. Well, I'm like all over eating fruits, all over eating something without no MSG, all over not wanting to fry no more chicken. Really? Yeah, I call this extreme. What about how good I feel? And so I'm telling you now, it took me having to go through that. And during that 10-year span of not getting any rest is when I started to just pray out to God. I did, because that's all I knew to do. And I asked God, please help me. Please help me. I cried, I prayed, I cried, I prayed, I cried. Some of you all have heard this testimony. And I prayed and I cried. And I said, Lord, I say, what have I done? I got to a point to where I was thinking I was cursed, because that's the first thing that they do, unfortunately, when you come up in the church. And I was in the sanctified church at the time and said, if anybody is ailing in your family, or if you've been diagnosed with something and they're not getting healed right away, I come up with the old school, quote unquote, saints, to where there's a, well, you start to hearing a little whistle, well, maybe they're cursed. Now, that was hard. And I'm like, what? And so I went through all of that agony to get to this point. And so I'm the mother that was in the line, in the prayer line, holding my baby, waiting on for them to heal her. Just to walk back crying, wondering, confused. Like, but y'all told me to keep taking her to the doctor. But y'all told me that if I just trust in the Lord, that he gonna heal me. He gonna heal my baby. He gonna heal my mate. Y'all told me this. If I just be a good wife, if I just be a good mother, if I just trust in the Lord in all my ways and acknowledge him, he shall direct my path. If you told me that if I lean not unto my own understanding. But look at the part that we left out, y'all. Somebody said, well, do you believe that now, Dr. Shelf? Yeah, I do. But what I had to remember is that just like when you got a good read and the time hasn't come for you to have to apply it to your life, sometimes you got to take that book right back off the shelf and reread again, because we forget when life starts to happen. We forget. It says, acknowledge the Lord in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy path. And so I had to start assessing that thing, because I'm like, somewhere I'm missing something. We are missing something. Because I knew I was doing everything my mother taught me to do. I knew I'm getting up, I'm reading, I'm praying, I'm helping others, even in the midst of me not getting any rest. As I said, for my weary soul. And lo and behold, I'm still hearing my daughter not go to sleep till 5 a.m. in the morning. And here it is, we only got maybe an hour and a half at this point now, by the time she hit 5 to get her ready for school. And this actually caused more epilepsy at the time. And so you can just imagine how in my mind I'm going, oh Lord, Jesus Christ Nazareth. If I showed you all a picture, sometimes I don't show a picture because she was a walking doll. All that black, cold, pretty hair on her head, and this face looked like an angel. And so you can imagine her falling once every 5 minutes, just drop, no warning, no nothing, just. I'm trying to get it dressed. I put the shoes on, fall on top of my head. And I'm constantly taking this. I'm constantly saying, Jesus, I'm constantly saying, Lord, help me. Give me the answers, because I know there's an answer. Nobody is telling me that they have any other children going through this. And so I sat down one day after seeing her fall, and blood just coming down because it would make her bite her tongue, and it affected her speech. And even though the tongue heals fast, if you can imagine having up to 100 falls like that throughout the day, daily, anywhere from 50 to 100. And I know because I was the mummy that sat back and I went into my nurse mode, and I'll open up. Actually had a whole folder, and I'm marking down each seizure that I see, and I'm putting a time slot there. And what she's around, what she just ate, what she done. I'm doing intakes, outtakes, intakes, outtakes. And so finally, after sitting down, when they say that his way is easy, his burdens is light, It is true. It is true. Don't let nobody make this complicated for you. You all have heard us say this before. I'm going to say it again because the summer's time is here and there's a lot of celebrations going on and it's going to cause a lot of us to get off track. And so, no, this is a time when you want to take advantage of that heat, of that sun, that vitamin D to penetrate, to make you as healthy as possible, because you know what we got coming again. You know it's coming again. Satan doesn't give up. His imps does not give up, y'all. It's an army and they're well organized. They don't give up on fighting against nature. You all see that now. I just got word. Hey there, Sister Thomas. I just got word. Again, a confirmation of a vision that I saw years ago. I saw it. Sorry about that, Instagram. If you're on pause, then y'all stay tuned or switch over to the Dr. Chef Felicia and Wellness channel on YouTube. You can like and subscribe, and it's for free. And so, because I see it freezing up on the Instagram people, and so if you want to transfer over, that would be your best bet on YouTube. You don't have to pay for YouTube to get in there. Okay, and so therefore, I'm sitting up here like, okay, you know what? I said, Father, what do I do? You sent notebooks. People have left books there, and I don't know who done left books with the whole molecular system of the body in it, with perfect penmanship. I'm walking outside my door one day, so he's allowing me step by step to get this information. Now, granted, I've already gone through nursing school. I've already aced my health occupation classes. I've already been a CNA. I've already been a habilitation specialist at the time. I'd already had some knowledge. But I can promise you, even with graduating A+, AC my classes in those fields, it did not teach me anything about nutrition. Outside of the basic fruits and vegetables, they gave me the chart like you all had gotten. And I'm like, well, I know it's good to eat the fruits and vegetables, but remember on the Satanic American diet chart, food chart is everything. It's bread, it's meat, it's milk, it's everything going in. And so I'm thinking to myself, I don't know where to start either. So as I'm sitting down, and I think I've cried my last cry, and I'm taking down, and my daughter's gone to school at this point, and all I hear is a silent voice saying, it's in the food. It's in the water. And I promise you, I heard that voice like it was somebody in my house. And I'm looking around. I'm like, I've heard people talk about these type of encounters, but I personally had never had one up until this point. And I'm like, I'm starting to feel spooked out, y'all. That's how real it sounds. And I'm like, ah. And so now you can imagine this brain is going. I'm like, in the food. I'm checking everything. I didn't have a computer at the time, you all. Well, I take that back. I had one, but I wasn't able to touch it. It was my spouse's at the time. And because I didn't like fooling with it, because of the brainwashing that this is the one-eyed devil. Yeah, I was locked in that system, y'all. Where I'm like, oh, no, I'm only going to do what I got to do on this thing, and I'm going to get off. Because I didn't want anything to mess with my mind. I didn't want to take in anything toxic, anything negative. I was dealing with enough. And so I said, okay, I'll just wait till I get to the library. I'll just wait until I'm able to get to this, then the other. But little bit by little bit, the Most High blessed, I started going to a service to where I met a beautiful, young, beautiful, chocolate, melanated queen, mother, grandmother, wife named Loretta Ship. And she had her own health store. You all have heard me talk about her before. And she was so humble about what she knew and what she didn't know. And her husband had his own side where he's doing his popcorns, he's doing his thing. Some type of way, honey, they made it work. They made it work. Where on his side, he's doing things, and on her side, she's doing foot spas, and she got all these natural soaps and oils and all these goodies. And you can just imagine how I'm like, Shekinah glory then came down and done helped and blessed me. I knew that I was in the right place. I knew then. My eyes lit up like the prettiest dress when we going in there for a ball to try to get the best dress for prom. My eyes lit up like I was going on a car lot where I want the nicest car that's on that lot. It lit up like my favorite food that I love. That's how natural it felt to me. And I looked and I told her, I want to learn everything that I possibly can. I bought up whatever extra funds I got. See, I wasn't caught up in how much either, you all. Even though I understand all of us have our financial differences, but we're supposed to, your health is what you should not put a limit on your health and wellness, because your health is your wealth. If you are healthy, you can think clear-minded enough to be able to make better financial decisions if you're healthy-minded. And it does start with your faith in God. It does start with your spirit, man. And then with how you eat to live a more healthier life. They both work together. You can have one without the other, but you won't be whole. You won't be holistic. And so this is where you'll find where you'll have people like a certain pastor that we know that was big time and that was into fitness. They talk with a meek voice. Everybody fell in love with him in the big old state. Hair all nice and rich. Physique all strong. And then all of a sudden, when a pandemic come to take place, after they're taking in all this money and all this wealth from the community and for people abroad, where now the heart can't even fathom opening up a church to let these people in so that they can have a safe place to be. The heart and the spirit, the natural has to be applied to the spirit, man, in order for you to be whole. And so that's something that I wanted both. I already knew what it felt like and knew what it was. I already lived a life of being a natural, spiritual, sound-minded. At least I thought as sound-minded, given my teaching at the time. Young woman. But now I wanted to know how to be a healthy, spiritual, sound-minded woman, mother, wife, friend, daughter, auntie, sister, cousin, business associate. I wanted to learn how to be both. I wanted to be balanced. Some of you all are into the astrologies of things. And you all say, oh yeah, she's a gem. Oh no, she's a bull. She's a gem. She's a bull. No, I am what God, I am that I am. I am who God made me to be. And so are you. But even if you look at from that spectrum of balance, is not the bull stabilized? He's assured of who he is. And he minds his own business and he walks in his own lane. You have to pick with him in order for him to come after you. And then if you want to use the twin effect of female and a male, that's a balance. That's a oneness. Then sure, that's what I represent. Sure, that's what's in me. But overall, what gives you strength in the midst of the test, when whatever nature is in you, it will be your connection and your spiritual being, your spiritual mind unto the God of this entire universe, the God over your soul. And it will lead you into all truth, into all righteousness. Yes, our righteousness is as filthy rags, meaning that sometimes you can be right about something and you can be wrong at the same time. But this is one that this is eating healthy. It's not one that we have to really play those type of mind games with ourselves about, you all. That's what I'm here to motivate you to understand. We don't have to play mind games with ourselves about whether or not you should eat a fruit. Let's be real. Do you think that when the flower blossoms that it turns around and it thinks to myself, I don't know why I'm blossoming. I don't know why this bee is coming and butterfly is coming to get my nectar. It knows what it is. Do you think that a lion is wondering every time it roars, that it wonders why come it's roaring? Roar. Like, wait a minute, why did I do that? Do you think that every time a monkey go, that it's wondering why it's go, why it's got so much energy? We're the only thing in nature, it seems like, that's confused about who we are and what we should do. But yet we were supposed to have dominion over the animals. Hey, Sister Tara. We were supposed to have dominion. We're supposed to be more intelligent than an animal, but yet we are relating so much to the animal now to where we have animalistic behaviors. And it's sad, but I'm finna go here for you all. And this is the reason why you gotta keep your mind strong. You have to keep your mind motivated. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. Because come on, y'all. If you thought that you was that much of a lion, if we thought that we was that much of, let's even use the term kings and queens, then there's no way we would be sitting back here acting like peasants, squirming. Oh, can I get a crumb? Can I get the, I don't know what, and eating slop and eating all of this stuff that's just messing up your gut and your whole system, causing you to go blind, causing you to have migraines, causing you to be crippled, causing you to feel dehydrated. There ain't no way. We are without an excuse, is what I'm saying to you all. We are without an excuse. We see how they are manufactured. I just watched a video and I was trying to share it last night because, I get up in the weary times of night sometimes when things are pressing on my mind and said, get up, click on this. And I'll get up sometimes and I'll click on it. And lo and behold, I'm watching a sister show a videotape that she's working in the plant where they're showing them how she make artificial crab meat for y'all crab lovers, or those who have people in your family that's crab lovers. And they showing it looking like white mucus pus. And you just got it. You would have thought that they was baking a cake or something where it's cake mixers. That's what I thought it was. And they showing her how they're putting a red 40 dye on it to even make the imprint where they flatten it out like a sheet. And they putting an imprint on it to make it look like it's real crab meat with red 40 dye and God knows whatever other kind of chemicals, because they weren't telling what all chemicals they were using. But what she was doing was narrating through the video, saying to herself, and I wish I did have it, you all, I was trying, but my internet, due to the so-called storm that was coming, wind up blocking me from being able to share it. See how it works? So it was for me to take it into my mind and remember, and this is the reason why the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So you have to choose to believe that what I'm telling you now, you just got to choose. Your mind has to choose to believe what I'm telling you is true. It's no reason to exaggerate about these things anymore. If you're tuned in into a health and wellness channel, I'm taking it to believe that you understand that the information that's been provided to you is being provided to you with the most truth and factual information that we could possibly give to you. And I often challenge people to say that if you say that it's wrong or you find that it's off, just send me in the information. I am not prideful in this area. I learn something every day that I didn't know. So send it to me. I'll spec it up. I'll do the homework. Like sister, I think that Sister Jones does me. So she'll send in a whole lot of things on Instagram. I'm just liking and checking. I'm like, bless her heart. And I'm like, okay, so therefore I'm saying to you all, no, we're in this together, but you all have to be careful. because that crab meat does look like me. I've dissected. I'm a chef. I've had to. I grew up with nothing but cooks in my life. We check out everything. It's in our nature too. And I'm smelling that meat. And the moment one time years ago, I tasted it, and it tasted rubbery thin to me. I'm like, I just can't get with this. It's like bubble gum, like plastic and bubble gum. Well, here it is. 20 years later, this woman is showing me that that's exactly what it was. And I'm like, now you're wondering why come it's hard to get off the so-called excess amount of fat. You all have to burn that off. You have to stop feeding it. Parasites gets attached to that gooky gummy stuff within the gut, and it don't want to let go. So you have to starve the parasites. You have to get your parasite cleanses. Different ones have asked me in the midst of our tests, should we do the Zumba and all that? Sure. You're not doing anything else to help your gut? Sure. Do what all you can do to get rid of these toxic demonic things, because it's set up to have your immune system so weak that when this next pandemic come through, and it's coming, y'all, I'm not sorry to tell you, but I'm thankful that I'm able to be able to have a platform now to be able to inform you as well. It's coming. And keep in mind, they practiced two years ago, so they know exactly now where we are and how to get us. They know now that they're going to have to lay a law down at this point. So those of you all who were thinking about going into retirement, yep, now this is my wisdom speaking now to you all. Those of you all that was thinking they got these jobs that may try to demand and force you to do something, you were thinking about going into retirement, if you can, then do so. So that way you can avoid all that extra pressure and stress on your mind if you don't have a strong enough mind to stand your ground. Because they are going to force it even more so now. They'll think of something stupidly unclever to say to you, to get you to take in something in your system that's foreign, that is sickening, because the plan is to depopulate. And then I'm getting word now from someone, from a minister, that explained to me that they're trying to dry the whole earth out so they can start taking on all of the minerals. And I've been saying that. I've been telling you all along. I said, what I'm saying is that they don't care about the vitamin industry anymore. They're taking over that as well too. 90% of them, look at in your area or go to the area that's supposed to be considered the nicest areas. And you'll see all the vitamin shops up now. Now everything needs to be FDA approved now. And so, yes, now your little mom and pop stores and the people that have their little gardens, they're still using natural herbs and natural, and now they need to become your best friends. Stop thinking about them being witches and warlocks and all this other stuff. Pray over yourself anyway. You're supposed to pray over yourself anyway. Cast out those extra demonic forces, even if that is the case anyway. Your spirit of prayer and good nature is supposed to out-trump anything wicked anyway. Yeah, I said it. Believe in yourself. Believe in the God in you. We like to sing this, like, it's God in me. Then it's God in. Keep yourself fresh. Keep yourself clean. Well, it's the time now to apply that. And so they're trying to take over the industry, meaning so they'll give them a chance enough to implement still other chemicals and artificial, unnatural things inside of the vitamins. And that's the reason why we wasn't supposed to get so caught up in the vitamins in the first place. That's the reason why they call it supplement. And so we're going back to it, whether we like it or not, is what I'm trying to say. We're going back to it, you all. You're going back to the old ways, whether you like it or not. You're going to go back to the natural ways, whether you like it or not, because God's way has always been the best way. We have to get to a place to where we stop trying to think that our arms, and I by nature, thanks to my father being 6 feet tall, have long arms, short torso. My mother was 5 feet, and I have these long arms though for my daddy, and these long legs. Your arms are too short to still box with God. It's too short, is what I'm saying, to box with nature. You know this through a tsunami. You know this from a tornado. You know this when the high winds come. You know this in the midst of a storm. You're not sitting out there saying, yeah, I'm strong. I can do this. I don't see you being strong. No, you go and hide and stuff. Get me out this storm. And you got this, the girls is wetting my hair. Oh my God. Yeah, I know I'm animated today. And I haven't even had my watermelon juice yet. You trying to get away from Mother Nature. When it used to be a time when we could take and go out in the rain because it was so nice. I remember the time, I don't know about y'all, I'm a 70s baby, so I remember the time when you go out in the rain, just felt so refreshing. And me and my sister, we would take our little nappy headed selves up. I said it. We would take our little nappy headed curly lock self out there, and we would go off to the porch, and we would just let the rain hit our hair, not knowing no better. At 4 and 5, maybe 6, 7 years old, and our grandma would be up there looking in the screen door, just a smiling, laughing. And Mama come out there, oh my God, y'all, oh, now I got to do your hair all over again. Oh my God, oh my God. And we would just be laughing because we knew we weren't going to get in trouble because grandmama was right there watching us. Those was the good old days, y'all. Now, we out here looking at the rain, wondering if it's too much acid in it, wondering if it just came from a cloud with chemicals in it. And even at that time, I was a little girl. I didn't know that Dick Gregory and them was already out trying to get the word out, what they're doing with spraying chemtrails in the air. And so I'm saying to you all, we have to get to a place where we have to learn how to pay attention to nature. I remember when we could play in the snow, and the snow would taste more icy, like an icicle. Yeah, we did all that little silly stuff because we were nature children. We made mud pies. Help, I came up in that area. I don't feel too old. I feel too good about it now. But we would taste things. We would sample things. Now, the dirt didn't taste so good. The dirt pies was overrated because they just take just a little pinch, and you make sure there wasn't no worms in it. We actually played with nature, is what I'm saying. We even taste the clay though and realize clay, but wait a minute, the clay tastes salty. Oh my God. Oops. And so I'm saying this, and I know that many did it because when I became a CNA and started working between 17 and 19, but officially at 19, my first year out of high school, I wound up sitting there and we changing. The question was asked to me by the minister. He had asked me the question, so when did you start to learn how important it was not to be constipated? I said, and well, I knew it was something wrong when I experienced it with my auntie. And I'm sorry, auntie, if you come across this with I ain't gonna call her name because y'all know I got a lot of aunties. But I would say she used to fix us some white biscuits, the fluffy, melt in your mouth white biscuits that sometimes they did melt in your mouth. Sometimes they felt like you swallowing a whole gobble of gum. And I couldn't, when I go to the restroom, I realized I couldn't finish my bowel movement. I said, something didn't feel right to me about that. I said, why is this always happening? Why doesn't this happen with mama food? But yeah, it happened every time we eat them big white biscuits that look so good with that melted butter on it. And that wasn't our everyday meal. My mother would take and fix the little flat base ones that melt in your mouth. And I noticed I wouldn't get constipated. Now, granted, it still wasn't healthy, y'all, but the texture didn't matter. And she had a thing about praying over her food and talking about it's going to taste so good that you're going to have to kiss God in his face. Yeah, I had that type of extra kind of mother. And she would just be dancing and cooking at the same time. So that's how y'all going to see me do in a little bit. Yep, I'm not getting out of here, y'all, without my segments. Y'all, we're going to have some fun. I'm not getting out of here without doing my segment. I told y'all I'm motivated. I don't care what come up against me. I'm going to still be doing it. Yes, I'm that person that y'all trying to put me in the wheelchair. I'm going to still be trying to inspire somebody and say, yep, but I'm getting out of this wheelchair soon. Because that's what God has placed in me. My mind, I told you all before, my mind is made up. Your mind has to be made up that I'm going to do what I've been placed here to do, that is good for my soul and for the people around me, no matter what. You have to have that in you, because if not, Satan's job and your enemy's job is to take and kick you while you're down. His job is to take and use those who's closest to you, to be your adversary, to have you thrown off track. That's his job. And when you learn your job versus being afraid of what your enemy's job, what your foe job is, then now it helps to put you in a position where now you're ready. You got to say it as best to be ready, so you don't have to get ready. And it's true. Don't expect for your mean cousin to come in giving you a compliment. I bet you don't expect for that coworker that you know that always got an attitude to come up and say, hey, Star, you're doing a good job today. How you doing today, sister? How you doing today, Tara? You don't expect for the one that's always got an attitude to give you no compliment. So why are you expecting for an industry that is clearly placed on the label all the chemicals that they're putting in your body, and they're saying that may cause harm, may cause headache, may cause this, may cause... Why would you be expecting them to heal your body? That makes sense. Does that make sense, you all? No! That means that... What am I going to always go back to, you all? Something is off in the mind. Something is off in the mind. And that's not to make fun of anybody. I said that we all have our own levels of different mental disorder or dis-eases, where it doesn't make it easy for you to process information that is naturally good and sound for you, for your health and wellness. So anytime you find yourself questioning that means it's time to get you a coach. That's me. It's time for you to tune into a segment of Motivational Monday. If I'm off, you all still have other motivational people. Don't use me as an excuse. I'm going to say it now. Don't use me as an excuse while I'm being tested or while I'm having to go through my transition. Get on a motivational from somewhere. Some of you all are still tuning in to the Ministry of Wellness. Fine. Great. Whatever gets you motivated to do what you have to do. Yes, I had time enough to process and think about a whole lot of things as I'm transitioning. And what did I tell you all before? If I don't believe in anything else, I believe in growing up. I believe in learning. I believe in progressing. You all see this bracelet that y'all constantly, different ones from me. This was given to a friend of mine, a sister queen of mine, that has been a registered nurse for 20-some years. Sister Flossie, the one that I've advertised that has the turmeric tea book. And she's from Kenya. And y'all better get that book. Y'all better get that read. Because I promise you, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It will have you crying, laughing, inspired, motivated. And we all had to pick what we wanted to do for this year. And mine was progress. I was going to pick love, but I said, but I do that a lot. I said, I need to make more progress in the things that I need to finish and to accomplish for this year. And so we shower and we do everything, and we don't take it off until the end of the year. And then we're going to write down all the things that we wanted to accomplish in 22 and all the things that we progressed in 23. And whatever theirs was courage. If they was afraid of something and they overcame the fear of it, no matter what it was, even if it was just walking for 30 minutes a day, whatever their fear was, graduating from nursing school, graduating from this or that, or doing something positive, then they're going to have their list. We are going to come together for a little tea time or something fun. And we're going to state what, and we may make that a segment as well. And yes, it's going to be some smiles, some laughs, but it's going to be real. And it may be some tears shed. And that's going to be motivational, preferably to some of you all, not to give up, not to give in. And if you don't have that friend, if you don't have that sister, if you don't have that mate, if you don't have the loved ones to help support you in this, and this is the reason why some of you all are able to tune in now. And so you still, and that means God has not forgotten about you. That's what that means. And so that means you have no excuse to give up. If you need to replay these things over and over and over again to remind yourself not to give up. Well, hey, Dr. Shell said she didn't sleep for 10 years. She wouldn't get nothing but maybe 1 hour of sleep. I didn't. And I look, if I, one of these days, I'm going to show you the pictures to show you. I'm going to show you before and the after. And you would think there was some pictures in my 20s versus now in my 40s that may look like you could tell the difference. Outside of my little chubby cheeks, you could tell the difference. You're like, yeah, she looked really worn down here. And then you could tell at the times when I haven't gotten enough rest, or I have done enough. And that's to show you how important it is to rest. The brain can only go so far. And if you're doing that 9 times 10, you're slacking off on your fluids, you're slacking off on your minerals, you're slacking off on other things too. And yes, I was. And yes, I have. I said it. Yes, I was. And yes, I have. I dare to come before you and say that I never got off my regimens. Because I don't want you to think that this is easy. I don't want you to, for those of you all who have been practicing it, and you're in a healthy environment where you can do that, then all praises be to the Most High. Those of you all who's not dealing with family woes, death in the family, then all praises be to God for you. That's a blessing. It's beautiful. But some of us don't have it that easy. Some of us did have it. And I'm one of them. It doesn't matter how much knowledge I have acquired. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have acquired. Knowledge not applied is no knowledge. And so that equals no power. No power over the mind, over the things, the toxic things and the ungodly things that's coming to challenge you about whether or not you should eat a watermelon or not, because you don't want to be seen as being too black. I'm still say that because this tis the season, y'all. Honey, I went down to what we call the Soulard market where the farmers is at, and it's only one person that sold seeded watermelons. And they was juicing good. How many do you think Dr. Chef went and got? Dr. Chef went and got her at least 8 watermelons. They said, what? Where'd it go? They went in the refrigerator. What do you think? I set some out in the cool, dark place. And they made sure that some of them wasn't too ripe because I needed to ripe for at least a week. I wanted to stay for a week. And then I gave away a couple of them, one to my auntie and one to her because I wanted it to be a blessing. Because I knew they hadn't found no watermelon, no good watermelons to see. Somebody said they found some in all these. I found some, but they didn't taste like these. And so I took those and I chopped them up every couple of days. And I put it in my blender. My blender's not out, y'all. I cleared it out for the showcase. But I am going to pull it back out. And I went in and I took them chunks. And let me see. I'm trying to see, do I still got something left? Yeah, matter of fact, I do. And I put it all here. You think I'm playing? You think I'm lying? I put that watermelon up. Yep, and I said like country folks say it. Yeah, for the message. For the message. Yeah, I go on Instagram and think I'm playing with you. No, I'm not for the bite it took us. It's too cold. That would have been a perfect commercial. Yeah, I did the holler y'all because that's the way it do. You make it do what it do. I chopped it up. And when I get off the segment, I did want to do the segment. I guess I could. Y'all, could I do it? Do we got enough time? We already in for an hour, but since y'all been missing me, and I've been missing y'all. I've been missing you. I've been watching you, watching me, watching you. Yeah, and so I'm been like, I'll pull out that blender. This is how, just remind, since we're so visual. This is how I do it real quick. Y'all seen me do it before, but it might be some that tune in that didn't. I'll pull out the blender. That's all I do. Keep it simple, you all. I already washed my dish. Voila. I get one of these. These are good to invest in. I already had a cup right here in it, just in case you didn't know, because I didn't know, y'all. I'm not going to lie, because I'm so used to eating my stuff straight out. I didn't know. I just one day I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, what this top is for? And it had another top to it. And I'm like, even though I watched all these little videos and segments, yep, I'm admitting it. And I'm like, I'm not putting two and two. I thought that I had to get the little single little bullet thing. So just in case y'all missed it too. And here it is. You know, when you so natural, sometimes we so natural, we don't be thinking about all this techie stuff. And also old fashioned with it. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? Because it got me a top right here. I'm making like my grandmama. What in the world is this gadget? What is all of that for? And so I knew what the top was for. But then I'm looking, I said, let me see here. I said, I got my watermelon up in here. I said, I got it all up in here. And you can put the seeds in there. I said, I got my watermelons all up in here. Let me put that over there so we don't make no mess. I said, what in the world do I supposed to be doing, y'all? And this is how the cooking show gonna go, y'all. I'm not gonna be all super professional with y'all. Y'all gonna make that food the way y'all supposed to make it, so y'all can stop sweating. Oh, well, if I mess up 1 ounce, if I get off enough, no, you put your love in it, you put your kindness on all my blessings, y'all. Forgive me. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, no, we're not gonna be doing all that for the cooking show. We're gonna have some fun. We're not gonna make it stressful, because I know it's people that don't like to cook, especially in the summertime. I say, stuff that in there, and I said, okay, let me check to see how this works. Take that thing up in there, and I'm stuffing this up in there, and I just put that thing. Y'all get an investment. Somebody asks you what you want for your birthday, ask you what you want for a gift. Take that, tie that up in there, make sure that it's adjusted on there right, because if you don't, it's not gonna blend in right. And some people take it, add a little bit of lemon if you just want a little tang. And guess what I discovered, y'all? How to make watermelon soda pop. I'm being extra on purpose. Watermelon soda. This is what happened. I set it out for one day, and the acid started fuming up. And I put it in the refrigerator. It got cold. Come out. I blended it on. I did it on the abstract. I didn't do it on smoothie. I didn't want it thick. I did it on abstract because I wanted it thinner. And when I did it, it loosened it up, y'all. And so I didn't do it on purpose, because I do know how to make the ginger pops and all that. And we're gonna go over all that. But I put in, but I never thought about it for watermelon, because I'm so used to the taste of it and how juicy it is. I just like it natural. So I set out some limits before I know it. I put in bread, come out. It tastes just like watermelon soda pop, y'all. So for y'all children, y'all hear how I said it, my country tone, for y'all children. They got watermelon soda pop. Let it sit, let it fermentate for one day out of the refrigerator. It's not gonna mold on you. And then you put it into the refrigerator. You come out, it got that fizz that y'all looking for. And I promise you, remember the little watermelons or little killer soda pops that they just had, watermelon? They wasn't that popular back in the day, but it is now. And so that's all I did. And I just took the what you call it now. I said, I took this and I put it inside. This is a ninja, just so you know. I did that. And then I just put, let me plug it up first. You can't get too much. Yeah, we need power. That's it. And so I'm going to have my drink. Yeah. I remember when I was messing with somebody about this. So show was going to be out today, y'all. started, y'all. I got tired of fooling with that thing. That's an hour in the tub. Y'all get tired of it. I gotta do my weights. I'm gonna have my little statements. I need a little bit. No problem, Lawrence. It's gonna be done. 1 minute. And some of y'all like to do I like to take the lemon. Can't do this. I get the ones with the seed, y'all. And this is all I do. I keep it simple. And I showed, I think I did this early on when I first started. So y'all know that I'm not playing about. If you just want that little bit of little lemony taste, I just taking us to squeeze just a little bit in there. You ain't gotta do much. And that changed the whole essence of it. Do you have to? No. Will it help you to lose some excess amount of body fat? Yes. It help with that gut health? Yes. Will you be feeling hydrated for the next 6 to 8 hours? Yes. You won't feel like you need no H2O. I keep it simple. Shake it up a little bit. Not make a mess. That's all I do. And I sip on that, and I'm good for like the next 4 to 5 hours. Now, if I go on a walk, then I make a bigger one. Y'all see why I just stuff those in there. Usually I just chop it up, but due to the time, what I normally do is I'll chop it up and I'll just take it, stuff it as much as I can. And this is a 12 ounce, but I have one that's an 18 ounce. And I'll take it and I'll just chop it up smaller so I can get more of it in there. And so this is just a 12 ounce now, but I got one that's a 20 ounce rather, a 20 or 24 ounce. Let me make sure. Let me see. Yeah. You see the difference? I have this one. And yeah, it's a 6 ounce. I'm all the way off. It's a 16 ounce. And so if I'm going out to take my daily walk, which today I probably will, go out to one of the parks and I'll just take, and this keeps me hydrated is what I'm trying to say. I don't run out of breath or anything like that. As long as your stride is right, don't be trying to be in competition with nobody, y'all. Do what works for you all. Walk at your cardiac arrest. What y'all don't be worried about the older ladies passing you up. I had that happen to me too. And these sisters had weight on them, y'all. They looked like they was somewhere in their 60s or their 70s, Sister Cherry, and they did. And they passes us up. They was somebody's grandma. And we couldn't help but to laugh. Me and my girlfriend, we just talking and riding. We weren't even being super serious about the walk. We just going around. It takes 2 hours to walk around this lake. And we just walking. And them mamas that came through, big mamas came through. Well, pick it up now. You got to get some energy in you. And we was like, oh, okay, yes, ma'am. We got to go. Oh, okay. But I'm telling you, no, when it's hot outside, no, you go with the flow of your breathing. Make sure that you're inhaling and exhaling. Don't have stuff so deeply on your mind and where you're not enjoying your walk if you're able to walk. And then what I normally do is even before I walk, I'll take this and I'll sip and drink on this at least, I say 30 minutes before my walk, because I don't want to have to use the restroom in the midst of it, because it will go through the system depending on your body type. Y'all, that's good. That's the first time that I had applied the lemon to it. I just knew it would taste good. That was the first time. So y'all witness it. That was not an act. That was not a front. When you move that out the way of my Instagram people, that was not an act. That was not a front. I promise you it was not. It was not planned. That is woo, woo. That is guts It's good for the soul. And yeah, y'all gonna see me act like that, do my segments, because I got another chef that's excited to come on board. And we're gonna have some fun. They're gonna be like, oh my God. And we're gonna take over and over and over again because I'm on a time limit. So my goal will be is to get you all 24 segments in. Yes, the age that my daughter Najee was when she transitioned. 24 segments in where you all can repeat and go over all these beautiful recipes, all the smoothies, juices. I'm gonna try to get the juice queen in. I went and supported her. If you go on my Facebook page, I tried to support her in. So I'm going to go and we're going to do live segment of showing how she juices, because I like getting the experts on it, you all. And this is a sister, and she has other sisters that's working with her. And we're going to look. By the time I'm finished with y'all, y'all will not have an excuse or no question about how to apply anything. Well, for it's what you may eat and what you may drink. And more importantly, I just want it to be fun, because this eating healthy is not supposed to be depressing. And when you got that in your mindset, it's no different than when we were kids and we swinging on swings, or you having a race on your street, on your block, or anything that you did, you skated, whatever you did that was for fun. That's what my goal is to make eating healthy fun again. And we're going to enjoy it, because this is the spirit. When you're happy, it's healing for the body. Two, it's so many stats that's already out, even from the medical industry, that has shown that when them stress hormones is down, the body will naturally start to heal itself, even though they haven't even been eating healthy food. So just imagine if there's a 50% increase in healing the body when the stress hormones have been lowered and you're happy, or somebody's playing your music, then how much more when you apply natural foods and natural fruits that automatically give you that extra natural boost and doesn't take too much of energy away from you, but gives you natural energy. How much more will your body heal? How much waste will you be able to eliminate? How much more fit you will be? Think about it. My next segment, by the time you all see me next month, now, so get a good look at this. Y'all gonna see some little strides through there. And no, I'm not going. I said I wasn't gonna go for Angela Bassett arms, because I think those are Angela Bassett arms. So I'm gonna let Angela Bassett do her thing. But I'm gonna go for mine. I'm gonna go for what works in my body type. See how I said that? Because I have not been working out these past month, because of all the work, all the other things I had to do. And so I'm going to go at my pace. And that's what I encourage, inspire you all to do. Go at your pace. Don't let anybody work it. If you got a fitness trainer, fine. Speak to your fitness trainer and tell them what works and what don't. Their job is to motivate you, to get you to go to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, it's your decision, it's your choice. You're inside of your own body. You can trust them enough to push you some, but not to the point to where it's becoming extremely stressful. Because what am I constantly telling you all about? The motivation starts within the mind. Whatever you think you can do, you will do. Whatever you think you can't, you want. That's it. It's just that simple. And you want to be able to apply healthy regimens and things to yourself that you can do when nobody else is watching. When nobody else is watching, you can get a blender, or you can just eat your watermelon. Don't stress out about that either. I said it on purpose because I know how we think. Don't stress about it. Eat your watermelon. I'm not buying it too because it's still too cold. No. I'll be good. So this way worked for me for today. And that was my first time applying just a swig. It's what we like to call it. Girl, put the swig in this, put a swig in that. And now I'm going to have my music in the background. So we're going to make this thing happen. Captains. All right. I love you all. And if I missed any questions, I told you all our number that you can reach me by is 618-388-8100. You can be a text and you can leave a message. I know I have tons to have to catch up on today. So be expecting a call from me. And I am, yes. Now the holdup is in the package and the delivery, but I am looking for still my delivering my package. We got a nice team that's working together. No, I'm not pulling guys' legs. It's going to happen. It got to happen. My life has shifted on purpose, intentionally. And I say that through God. I know that it has shifted so that I could go ahead and do what I've been chosen, calling to do, with the freedom and the healthy mindset to be able to do it, even in the midst of my own life challenges. And so I want you all to use my life and my experience that I have shared with you all as a motivation to not to give up. That's the goal, y'all. And so just know that I love you all. I know I'm stopping right at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Unless there are any other questions. Mother would make a dessert with the snow. Oh yeah, Sister Star. Yep, we should do make shoot. We ain't make no dessert. We just ate the snow, and that's to go back on that one. That's how I knew that nature, that somebody was playing with nature. The snow didn't taste the same. Yep, I tried it again. I remember my mother used to make the little snowballs with the Kool-Aid in it, and all the kids used to come around us and buy her little 25, 50-cent little snow bombs. And one time my sister went out and got the snow and said, "Look, Mama, we run out of ice. It's a snow about it." And yeah, they was doing it in the snow. They wanted them snow. Miss Ann, Miss Hill, can you please make us a? And my mom would be like, "Hold on, baby, let me see, can I?" So I had one of those mamas. So everybody knocking at the door, wondering what she gonna make, or can they get some? Because hers tasted so much better than everybody else. So they said. Thank you all so much. I hope that you all enjoyed my segment. I was trying to look for a few of the questions. No, I did not put in a number, but I will towards the end of this chat. So thank you all for tuning in, that tuned in. Do share. I did do this myself because I have to wait since my niece is like about almost an hour away from me. I had to just go in. So I know I get in on my own. Now, y'all, can I get a I was like, look, I'm happy for the small things, but it's a big thing because I know what I've been chosen to do. And so, y'all, don't forget, be loving, be kind, be healthy, be well. Don't give up. Don't give in. It's going to be all right. We're preparing for this thing that's coming now so that we don't have to be repaired later. Did you catch that? So just keep yourself encouraged. Do text in. I will be answering phones all day this week, as much as humanly possible. I don't foresee anything right off back that will stop me from being able to do that. And I will be tuning in for, the plan is, God's will, to tune in for Wellness Wednesday. And if I get what I think going on, I might get some stuff going on Friday. We're trying to work on some things, and just so y'all know that it's real, you're gonna know because I'm gonna tune in possibly on Wellness Wednesday. Y'all tune in, everybody here, because I may have a special guest for you all, and then that's what's gonna make y'all to know that we own, as they say, we own a Papa Rocket. All right, I love you all. Y'all have a blessed and healthy Monday. Be motivated. Get you some watermelon. If you ain't got no watermelon, don't make no excuse. Get whatever fruit that you can get. Let me not leave you all without that. Don't get so caught up in my watermelon. So y'all don't eat what y'all know y'all do have in that refrigerator. Stop using them excuses. Y'all know I know. So y'all go ahead and get what you can that's refreshing for your body. And if for some reason you don't have your fruit yet, and somebody's like, "Well, I ain't got no fruit. I ain't got no money. I ain't got this." Get you some water. Eat your vitamins. Stop making excuses. Be healthy. Be well. And know that you are loved. I love you all, and have a blessed Monday. Do go ahead and do what y'all got to do so that y'all can be who y'all want to be. All right. Bye-bye. Let's see, can I get out of here? And I will be making phone calls after this. Yes, sir. Mm-mm-mm-mm.